Good afternoon. My name is Sheila Malloy Hall, and I am so excited to be with you today. I am the founder of Healing to Grace, an organization that addresses the impact and aftermath of abuse and domestic violence on professional women. Healing to Grace helps professional women through counseling, social support services, training, and technical assistance. The vision for Healing to Grace is to end the shame and the stigma of survivors who have experienced abuse and domestic violence. I am a speaker, an advocate, an author, and I am a survivor of domestic violence and abuse. But I am on my healing journey. I have freed myself from my past hurts, pains, shame, fear, and brokenness. I have been successful at restoring and activating my internal fulfillment. I invite you to visit my website below and read Sheila's healing journey. Before I dive into how I arrived at this healing journey, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I too, like so many women, love all things beauty. I enjoy dressing up and playing in makeup. In fact, beauty is a passion of mine. You see, in my 20s, I went to beauty school to become an esthetician. I completed school and I worked full-time at a salon as an esthetician. I was so excited. I got to focus on my passion, skincare and makeup. I also worked at Lord & Taylor as a counter manager for 2 years at Chanel Cosmetics. And for a couple of years, I worked at Macy's as a counter manager for Jermaine Montel Cosmetics. So again, beauty is a passion of mine. But there was a time when I was held hostage by my past for many years. Memories of the past. The past was my chief operating officer. And it robbed me of my power and my will to live. In fact, it reminded me of a few things about myself. You see, I was victimized for several years of my life. I was abandoned as an infant. I experienced sexual assault as a young girl, and domestic violence was a way of life for me. During each of these awful moments in my life, I did what I knew to do, and that was to dress Sheila up. But being very careful not to expose my shame, my pain, or my hurt. The truth of the matter is, I was a well-dressed mess. I looked good on the outside, but the inside, I was broken into pieces. And for many years, I battled the critical voices of my past that bullied me for so long, telling me that I wasn't good enough. I had external success, but I lacked internal fulfillment. People would say to me, "You're so pretty." Others would say, "Who she thinks she is?" But what people didn't know is that that was not my truth. I didn't think any of that. I was too busy trying to make sure that I didn't expose my truth. I didn't want people to know that I was insecure, that I was suffering in silence. But yet some part of me was hoping that someone would see the pain in my eyes. You see, I just wanted to make it through the day. Make it through the day, get home, get in bed, pull the covers over my head. And that's where I would be, cuddled with my pain. But right in the middle of my breakdown, I had a breakthrough. I was no longer wandering in the wilderness of pain. I stopped hiding from my past. I welcomed it. I recognized that I am not what happened to me, that I was created for something great, and that I belonged. I worked hard to move from my brokenness to being just me. I realized that I needed help though. So I started seeing a professional counselor, and I started spending a great deal of time with my Creator. I read books. I spoke positive affirmations to myself, like the one right here. My determination was on fire, and my will to live was unstoppable. Yeah, some days I had my strive on, but other days I was just pulling myself along. The fire in me was activated by doing my work. I no longer ask, who's going to let me? I ask, who's going to stop me? With my strategies at hand, I began feeling real good on the inside. Layer after layer was coming off. The past was shedding. My authentic self was showing up. And my healing was in motion. I had some bad days. I had some good days. But like McFadden and Whitehead, ain't no stopping me now. I no longer will be defeated by my past. I have everything on the inside of me to fully participate in my life and to win at living. Today, I am the COO of my life. I'm the only chief operating officer. And I am candid and honest about the impact of abuse and domestic violence in my life because I want to facilitate change and healing, and to say to another woman, you ain't gotta be a mess. I want to share my healing journey to provoke, inform, restore, empower, and help other women activate healing in themselves from the inside out. I want to see every woman fully participating in her life and winning in her life. I want to see other women go from a well-dressed mess to her absolute best. Through my organization, Healing to Grace, I work with women who appear to have it all together from the outside, but are dealing with past hurts and pains that are not externally visible. But let me tell you, that would be the well-dressed mess. That's the well-dressed mess woman. She walking along purposely, fading into the crowd, pretending not to be. See, I want to help the woman emerge. I want the well-dressed woman to be honest, have a conversation with me, embrace her past, walk her through a process where she can confront her pains and reveal her hurts, release her shame, and know that the space we share is a safe, non-judgmental environment. From my well-dressed days, I know the impact that abuse and domestic violence can have on one. So it is my mission to change the narrative from a well-dressed mess to simply well-dressed. I want to connect and meet women where they are. Connect with women so I can encourage them, empower them, inspire them to begin their own healing journey. Because of my practical experiences, I am confident that I can work with women and help them work towards wholeness through strategies that will expose the shame, silence the critical voices of their past, increase their self-worth. So much so that their internal fulfillment matches their external success. My practical experience affords me the empathy and compassion because I have been a well-dressed mess. And honestly, nobody wants to expose their stuff to someone who's never walked in their shoes. I know I didn't. There's that saying, go where you're celebrated. Connect with me and watch me celebrate you. I want to leave you with this thought. The empowered woman is powerful and whole beyond measure and beautiful beyond description. I am Sheila Malloy Hall, a speaker, an advocate, an author, a survivor. I used to be the well-dressed mess. I'm just well-dressed now. Thank you for inviting me or having me in. I want you to go to my Facebook page, Sheila Malloy, my website, healingtograce.org. I'm on all those social medias. You know, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. I'm on all the social medias. Again, thank you. And remember, healing from the inside out, because your healing is beautiful. Thank you.